This is the memorial park dedicated to all the people that were hung as witches. And this is actually where they were hung. Isn't that crazy? That says Samuel Worwell hanged September 2nd, 1692. Margaret Scott hanged September 22nd, 1692. This all happened within the same year, and it only went on for about a year. And I don't want to give away the whole story, but the story talks about how one person can just come into a small community and say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and take things over. And then it also talks about the manipulation of gossip and girls. And that's pretty cool too. Very Etsy. September 22nd, 1692. People still bring flowers and trinkets and stuff and put them out here for everybody. Oops, sorry, I almost fell off a rock. And I used to think that it was only women, but it wasn't just women. It was also men. Pretty cool. And here's the graveyard. We'll go in there in a second. I just wanted to walk through the memorial, and there's a plaque somewhere. We will check it all out, but I am in Salem, Massachusetts. I am going to explore witch stuff. I did take a look at some of the ship stuff because I heard there was a Viking ship here, and there was. And if you know me, you know I like Viking ships. So I went and saw a couple ships, walked around town a bit, and then decided to dedicate the rest of my day to the witch history. And in the National Parks Visitor Center, they have a really cool film that explains it from the historical perspective. Not just, the hype and the witches and the spells and the medicines and what the girls said, just the historical perspective. This one was one of the first ones that was accused by some young girls. And she was actually an elderly lady. And nobody knows why, really, that those girls accused her, except for that maybe they thought she was being mean to them.
Allison's next response was...
And I don't see the two Sarahs that were first accused. And here, I just say that, and then I find them. Sarah Good was one of the first accused. And I don't see the other Sarah. How old these tombstones are. You can't really even read any of them anymore. That's pretty cool. And it's a gravel path they have going through the graveyard, which is neat, except for that it gets little rocks in your shoes. Oh, here, we can read that one. 1818. Gosh, I can't even imagine a country being around that long ago, but it was. I am only child. This is pretty cool. But could you imagine having something to say or some sort of opinion back then, and you expressing your opinion, and simply because you expressed your opinion, and it wasn't, sorry, my shoes are getting rocks in them and they're making all these noises, and it wasn't not even the public opinion, because public opinion was divided in this area, but it just wasn't the opinion that was accepted at the time. So somebody decided you were a witch, and teenage girls, you said or did something they didn't like. They decided you were a witch. They pretended you did stuff to hurt them. And that was it. You were done for. Craziness, right? It is crazy how things like that can happen so fast. But look at this graveyard. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought I'd come take a look. And then I'm going to go to the Witch Museum and check it out. Back on here and talk about these graves again, because everything I learned in school and in history classes all through the years and even on TV was that people back in the 1700s and 1800s only lived to anywhere between 30 and 50. It was very odd that they got into their 60s. But this graveyard has a lot of tombstones that go all the way into the high 80s. Very bizarre. And if that is the case, and the fact that they lived in Salem and there was all this witchcraft nonsense going on and it made them live that long, then I guess being a witch was a positive thing.